What's shaking, Shady Spotlight crew? Get ready to dive headfirst into the news that's defining right now. The world keeps spinning, and we're here to catch you up on the moments that matter most. From chart-topping legends reimagining their sound to the iconic homes that shaped music history, we've got the inside scoop. Buckle up, because the news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we. We're bringing you the hottest updates, the stories you can't afford to miss. You're about to get the unmissable rundown, so stay locked in. First up, a legendary band is dropping a whole new vibe on a recent hit album, and they're bringing some serious star power with them. We're talking about a reimagined record packed with guest artists you know and love. Get ready for the details. Next, we're stepping back in time and taking a tour of the most iconic childhood homes of music royalty. These are the places where legends were born, where dreams were first dreamt, and where the magic truly began. From the garages where riffs were perfected to the humble beginnings that fueled global success, we're unlocking the doors to music's most hallowed grounds. You won't believe the stories behind these legendary addresses. Then, we're revisiting the story of a beloved band that's giving a fan-favorite album a major upgrade. This isn't just a re-release. It's a whole new experience with a star-studded lineup of collaborators. Find out who's joining forces to breathe new life into these tracks and what this means for their incredible legacy. It's a must-hear for any true music aficionado. And finally, we're diving deep into another massive announcement from a band that's always pushing the boundaries. They're set to drop a revisited version of their latest album, featuring an all-star cast of guest vocalists. We've got the full breakdown of who's on board and what to expect from this exciting project. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and join the Shady Spotlight community for all the updates. Rock royalty reimagined. Get ready for a massive shakeup in the music world as Bon Jovi announces a star-studded, legendary edition of their 2024 album, Forever. This isn't just a simple re-release. It's a complete reimagining, featuring a whopping 13 guest singers lending their voices to the iconic tracks. The album, officially titled Forever Legendary Edition, is slated for release on October 24, 2025, promising a fresh perspective on the band's latest work. The journey to this collaborative masterpiece began earlier this year when Bon Jovi first revealed plans for a duet's version of Forever. This project comes as John continues his recovery from surgery for an atrophied vocal cord. While he was able to perform admirably in the studio for the original recording, the demands of touring were still a challenge. This led him to embrace a new creative direction, reaching out to a diverse array of talented artists to bring new life and energy to the album. This album is more than just a collection of collaborations, it is an album born out of necessity, Bon Jovi explained. My vocal cord rehab was a well-documented journey that played out while releasing Forever in 2024. I was singing well in the studio for recording, but the vocal demands and rigors of touring were still slightly out of reach for me. Without an ability to tour at that time, I continued working in the studio and called on some friends, great singers, artists, musicians, and also just great people. The legendary edition boasts an impressive roster of collaborators, including Bruce Springsteen, Jelly Roll, James Bay, Robbie Williams, Jason Isbell, Ryan Tedder, The War and Treaty, Def Leppard's Joe Elliott, Lainey Wilson, Avril Lavigne, Marcus King, and Karen Leon. The album will also feature 2 new songs. The opening track, Red, White and Jersey, and Hollow Man with Bruce Springsteen, both set to drop ahead of the album release. Bon Jovi expressed his immense gratitude for the project, stating, "The result is an album with a new viewpoint and new spirit, a collaboration album that proves we all get by in this world with a little help from our friends. I feel tremendous joy and gratitude releasing this album, and I think it shows in the music. I can say with certainty that there is always something bigger than me, and that's we." The news comes after Bon Jovi's first full concert in over 2 years, a special intimate show in Nashville that gave fans a glimpse of the band's enduring appeal. Hold onto your hats, because the music world is buzzing with this incredible announcement. Get ready for a deep dive into the childhood homes that shaped music legends next. Echoes of childhood, where music legends began. Journey with us as we explore the humble beginnings of music's most iconic figures by visiting their childhood homes. These aren't just houses, They are the very foundations where dreams were forged, where early talents were nurtured, and where the seeds of global superstardom were sown. From the quiet streets of Liverpool to the vibrant landscapes of California, these residences offer a unique glimpse into the formative years of artists who have profoundly shaped the landscape of modern music. Our exploration begins with the legendary Van Halen brothers, Eddie and Alex. Their journey started in a modest home on Las Lunas Street in Pasadena, California. It was here, after emigrating from the Netherlands in 1962, that the brothers honed their groundbreaking musical skills, particularly in the garage behind their family home. Following Eddie's passing in 2020, the house became a poignant pilgrimage site for devoted fans. We then traveled to Australia to uncover the roots of AC/DC's powerhouse sound, tracing the early life of Angus and Malcolm Young. Emigrating from Scotland in 1963, the family settled in Sydney, first at the Villawood Migrant Hostel, and then at 4 Burleigh Street in Burwood. It was within the walls of this semi-detached house that the brothers were raised, and where the iconic band AC/DC was formed. Tragically, this historic house, recognized by Australia's National Trust, was demolished in December 2024 by developers, a loss lamented by fans and heritage advocates. In Sheffield, England, we visit the birthplace of Def Leppard frontman Joe Elliott, located at 61 Crooks Road. Elliott himself revisited the property ahead of the band's homecoming concerts, sharing a heartfelt reflection. "The house I was born in, grew up in, met Sav and Tony Kenning for the very time in that upstairs room you can see above me. Sigh, memories." The raw energy of Ozzy Osbourne is linked to his childhood home on Lodge Road in Aston. Living in a small, 2-bedroom terraced house with 11 siblings, Ozzy's early experiences were marked by cramped conditions, a reality he's often reflected on, noting the stark contrast to his later life. "I can't believe there were 8 of us living in a 2.5-bedroom house. It is tiny. I have wardrobes bigger in my house." Liverpool, the city that gave the world the Beatles, features prominently. John Lennon's childhood home at 251 Menlove Avenue, where he lived with his Aunt Mimi, is now a Grade II listed building preserved by the National Trust and recognized with an English Heritage Blue plaque. Sir Paul McCartney's childhood home at 24th Lynn Road is also a listed building, celebrated by the National Trust as the birthplace of the Beatles, the place where McCartney and Lennon penned their earliest hits. Ringo Starr's early years were spent on Madron Street before moving to 10 Admiral Grove in Dingle, a home he shared with his mother for 2 decades. We also touch upon the formative years of David Bowie, born David Jones, at 40 Stansfield Road in Brixton, a place that became a shrine after his passing. Kurt Cobain's childhood home in Aberdeen, Washington, purchased by a fan with the intention of preservation, still bears his Led Zeppelin graffiti in the attic bedroom. Furthermore, we highlight the early life of Little Richard in Macon, Georgia, now the Little Richard Resource Center. Bruce Springsteen's formative years in Freehold, New Jersey, where he witnessed Elvis on TV and decided to become a musician. Johnny Cash's restored boyhood home in Dice, Arkansas. Jim Morrison's teenage years in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Bono's childhood on Cedarwood Road in Dublin, immortalized in a U2 song. Freddie Mercury's family's flight to Feltham, West London. Lars Ulrich's Danish home. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards shared roots in Dartford, Kent. Axl Rose's early life in Lafayette, Indiana, Mark Bolan's London home, and the birthplace of Elvis Presley in Tupelo, Mississippi. These homes are more than just bricks and mortar. They are testaments to the power of dreams and the enduring spirit of music. Now, let's shift gears and get back to the latest from the music charts with another exciting Bon Jovi update. Bon Jovi unveils Forever Legendary Edition with star-studded collaborations. Prepare for a monumental reimagining of Bon Jovi's 2024 album, Forever, as the legendary band announces the upcoming release of Forever Legendary Edition. This ambitious project features a remarkable 13 guest singers, promising a fresh and dynamic listening experience. The highly anticipated album is set to drop on October 24, 2025, and fans are already buzzing about the extensive list of collaborators. The genesis of this collaborative edition stems from John Bon Jovi's personal journey of recovery following surgery for an atrophied vocal cord. While he delivered a strong performance on the original, Forever album, the physical demands of touring remained a significant hurdle. Embracing this challenge, Bon Jovi channeled his energy into studio work, inviting a constellation of musical talents to join him. This album is more than just a collection of collaborations, it is an album born out of necessity, Bon Jovi shared in a statement. My vocal cord rehab was a well-documented journey that played out while releasing Forever in 2024. I was singing well in the studio for recording, but the vocal demands and rigors of touring were still slightly out of reach for me. Without an ability to tour at that time, I continued working in the studio and called on some friends, great singers, artists, musicians, and also just great people. The Legendary Edition boasts an eclectic mix of artists, including rock icon Bruce Springsteen, country star Jelly Roll, pop vocalist Avril Lavigne, and fellow rock stalwarts Joe Elliott of Def Leppard, James Bay, Robbie Williams, Jason Isbell, Ryan Tedder, The War and Treaty, Lainey Wilson, Marcus King, Billy Falcon, and Karen Leon. The album will also debut 2 new tracks, Red, White, and Jersey, and a powerful rendition of Hollow Man featuring Bruce Springsteen, both slated for release on August 29th, ahead of the full album. Bon Jovi expressed profound gratitude for the collaborative spirit that shaped the album. The result is an album with a new viewpoint and new spirit, a collaboration album that proves we all get by in this world with a little help from our friends. I feel tremendous joy and gratitude releasing this album, and I think it shows in the music. I can say with certainty that there is always something bigger than me, and that's we. This announcement follows a period of renewed activity for the band, including their first full concert since April 2022 in Nashville, offering fans a preview of their enduring stage presence. The Forever Legendary Edition represents not only a creative evolution for Bon Jovi, but also a testament to the power of friendship and collaboration in the music industry, providing a unique opportunity for fans to experience their music through a new lens. This is truly a landmark release for Bon Jovi and their fans worldwide. But the music news doesn't stop there. We've got another major band announcement coming your way next. Bon Jovi redefines Forever with All-Star Legendary Edition. Bon Jovi is set to electrify the music scene once again with the announcement of Forever Legendary Edition, a reimagined version of their 2024 album, scheduled for release on October 24th via Island Records. This expansive project features a remarkable lineup of guest vocalists, including titans of the music industry such as Bruce Springsteen, Jelly Roll, James Bay, Robbie Williams, Jason Isbell, Ryan Tedder, The War and Treaty, Joe Elliott of Def Leppard, Lainey Wilson, Avril Lavigne, and Marcus King, among others. The highly anticipated collection will also introduce a brand new opening track, Red, White, and Jersey, along with a collaboration on Hollow Man featuring Bruce Springsteen, both slated for release on August 29th. Frontman Bon Jovi elaborated on the inspiration behind this unique project, explaining its roots in his recovery from vocal cord surgery. This album is more than just a collection of collaborations, it is an album born out of necessity, he stated. My vocal cord rehab was a well-documented journey that played out while releasing Forever in 2024. I was singing well in the studio for recording, but the vocal demands and rigors of touring were still slightly out of reach for me. Without an ability to tour at that time, I continued working in the studio and called on some friends, great singers, artists, musicians, and also just great people. He further emphasized the collaborative spirit, adding, "The result is an album with a new viewpoint and new spirit, a collaboration album that proves we all get by in this world with a little help from our friends. I feel tremendous joy and gratitude releasing this album, and I think it shows in the music. I can say with certainty that there is always something bigger than me, and that's we." In a cover story for Sound on Sound magazine, Bon Jovi revealed his intention to collaborate with other artists on a new version of Forever, seeing it as a way to give the acclaimed album another life when touring post-surgery was not feasible. He described the original Forever album as one of the band's best since Lost Highway or Have a Nice Day, and expressed his focus on the re-release and the hope of returning to live performances. The original Forever album, produced by John with John Shanks, featured founding members David Bryan and Tico Torres, Alongside bassist Hugh McDonald and guitarist Phil X, it included 12 new songs, with the lead single, Legendary, achieving considerable success. The band had previously released a duet version of The People's House, featuring The War and Treaty, which was accompanied by a lyric video and later a music video. This period also saw Bon Jovi publicly endorse Kamala Harris for the 2024 U.S. presidential election. Bon Jovi has been open about his ongoing recovery, noting in June 2024 that his vocal cord was not yet healed enough for extensive touring, stating, "It's a work in progress. There's no miracle. I just wish there was a fucking light switch. I'm more than capable of singing again. The bar is now, can I do 2.5 hours a night, 4 nights a week? The answer is no." Despite these challenges, he remains committed to music creation, affirming, "As long as I have the ability, I will write songs and make records." This collaborative effort promises to be a powerful testament to resilience and the shared love of music. Stay tuned, because we've got one more incredible music story coming up right after this. All right, everyone, let's do a quick recap of today's hottest news. Bon Jovi is dropping a massive, legendary edition of their album, Forever, with a dozen guest stars. We also took a tour through the childhood homes of music legends, uncovering the roots of their iconic careers. Plus, another big announcement from Bon Jovi about their revamped album and its star-studded lineup. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to Shady Spotlight for more exclusive content, ring that notification bell so you never miss an update, drop a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social media channels for behind-the-scenes action.